Hi there, welcome back to our Quinta here in Portugal. As you can see, we are sat in our new addition to the farm, the game changer that is a 20-foot shipping container. However, it could have gone very seriously wrong and we could have been scammed. So keep watching and find out exactly how we avoided that. Good morning. It is Monday the 1st of September, officially autumn here in Portugal. And we are now at the stage where we want to be cracking on with the house. Summer is over, we've had a nice break from most things. So, a little bit of background to this. When we arrived here from the UK, we had a caravan, and in that caravan was a few bits and pieces for us to put into the house. The house was completely empty. However, over the last 20 odd months or so, we've gradually accumulated tools, etc., etc., etc.
And lots of junk.
And lots of junk, yeah, to be fair. And for able us to get on with the house, we need somewhere to store that. Now, we did look at various options, be it large sheds, wooden buildings, etc., etc. And they are, well, A, not very long lasting, and B, very expensive. So we have gone a completely different route, and in a few days' time, a 20-foot shipping container will be arriving. We've had a survey done for the road. That means that we can definitely got access. They are going to have to bring it on a slightly smaller vehicle. It is only 20 foot, which is a 6-metre container. And it's going to go in this area behind me.
Which now means
We've got to move all this, yeah. So basically this was our little storage area for outsidey stuff. But the container is going to go in this position here, and eventually we're also going to build onto the side of it an area where we can park the truck out of the sun. However, we've got to move all this stuff. We're going to try and avoid cutting down the little oak trees, although that may have to happen, sadly.
Well, we certainly got to cut a few branches.
Yeah, because it needs to be up sort of tight to it. And we've got to make some feet for the container to sit on, so it's up off the ground. So that's what we've got to do. And these are the forms that we're going to be using. Just square preformed concrete, and we're going to fill them with concrete or cement. Concrete. Give those a few days to dry out, and then we can position them. Luckily, this area is relatively level. There might be a little bit of adjustment to do, but I'm pretty confident.
It's nice and hard and compact.
Yeah, it's very compact here, and it doesn't get waterlogged, this area either. So, but it will be up off the ground, so we don't have to worry about it. We've just got an awful lot of stuff to move. So, but the first thing to do is crack on and make these concrete forms so they can get drying.
It's going to fly away. It is a bit. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
Concrete.
Yeah. If you've got enough cement, we'll do 4. If it looks sketchy, we'll only do the 4.
Yeah, we'll have to go and get some. Because we're not prepared. Again.
Well, we were going to go and get some cement yesterday.
No, we're not.
And then we got sidetracked.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just checking for wasp nest. Let's see if it still runs. So it's all summer in the baking heat. Yay!
Oh, bucket.
Bucket. Well, after all that, we only managed to do 4 because we've run out of cement. Yeah, my fault. So
We got to go shopping.
we've got to go shopping. Don't go afternoon drinking, kids. It's bad for you. Because I forgot. All right, let's go to the shops. These are the blocks that we made yesterday. I just put them on their side to get them to dry out a little bit more. They seem to be drying out okay. And they'll be used for the feet underneath the container. And then we are going to move all this out the way. To give you some idea as well on the length of the container, it's 6 metres long. So where Barbara stood is where we're thinking of having the back of the container, doors where I am, and then some sort of lean-to off the side here eventually. But it's a lovely day today, it's not too hot, so this would be nice to do.
Yeah, but we just accumulate so much stuff.
We do. Well, yeah, you know, you can never have enough pallets and posts and there's a chicken coop we never assembled.
Pipe,
Irrigation pipe, yeah, so rebar. It's all good stuff. But we're just going to put this down out the way over there for the time being. We can put it all back once the container's arrived. And one thing we want to try and keep is this oak tree that's here.
we just got to cut a few of the branches.
Yeah, might have to trim a few branches, but you know, it's all too easy to cut down lots of trees to make space for everything. But if you cut down all the trees, then there's not a lot left. So anyway, there we go.
Stop talking, got work to do.
Yes, okay. Grape time.
We're at one of our friends who's got an amazing little, what do you call it?
Vineyard.
Vineyard. And he's been kind enough to let us come up and pick some grapes, which we will juice and dry. But it's amazing. And the grapes are amazing.
Yeah.
And he's also got his little chuk-chuks.
Little silkies.
Yeah, little silkies running around.
Oh.
Um,
That is how grapes spread. Because you end up dropping them as you're cutting them.
And they taste amazing.
Yeah, and what's nice is these ones are seedless. So that ticks all my boxes. Anyway, there's plenty here, so we're leaving some for other people.
Ready?
These aren't quite ready yet.
Yeah. So he said another couple of weeks for those.
So we might be back.
It's like strawberry picking, isn't it?
Mm.
You go along, you eat a load, pick a few, eat a load, pick a few. Nice.
Yeah.
The white ones aren't seedless. It's just the rose-coloured ones.
So we do have grapes on the land. But then ours aren't quite ready yet. And they're a little bit bitter and then a little bit small. But these ones are a special Italian brand.
Variety.
Variety, not brand. Punk rocker of chickens.
Yeah, they are so cute. Nice.
Nice.
And look at his beautiful cockerel. They are so cute.
How do they see?
Well, I don't know. How fluffy they are.
What are you making?
I am making a little miniature succulent garden for Sandra to raffle off for her cat charity.
Cool.
So, and you've just missed Luna.
Trying to move the gravel for you.
Yeah, or looking at it, thinking it might be her next toilet.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so, but I'm just trying to get the gravel in under the plants. So,
Let me get a better look. Yep.
I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah, close enough.
Little mini succulent garden.
Oh, she'll love that.
That's all right for a raffle prize.
Yeah. Well done. Today is...
It's exciting.
It is exciting today. So we have got a 20-foot shipping container coming.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. We think we had a phone call yesterday confirming it. We are just waiting for our friend Pedro, who obviously speaks English but is Portuguese. So he's going to be here as well, just in case there's any extra instructions for the driver. We have made 4 corner feet for the container. We're just marking those out where they're going to go now. And yeah, then we're going to put some weed control fabric down, chuck a little bit of grit over it. We'll do the final balancing of getting the container so it's perfectly flat once it's in situ, because the ground will vary a little bit, and we got the means to jack it up, put a little bit of extra grit underneath just to get all that done. So yeah, we'll show you where we are at.
What, 1 foot in place?
1 foot so far, yeah.
Because they're quite heavy.
Yes.
And we've kind of hashed a wheelbarrow fix.
Yeah. But anyway, it's a bright but windy day.
It's lovely. It's really a lot cooler today.
And we have cleared the track. We cut a couple of branches down to some trees that were sticking out a little bit. So fingers crossed, in the next couple of hours the container arrives. So these are the concrete feet we made. They're just basically a preformed concrete. I guess it's for drainage these things originally were for, because I think you could knock out the edges. But we filled them up with some concrete. They've had 4 or 5 days to dry, and we've got to lay them out here because this is where the container's going. I've happened to got a 6-metre beam, luckily, which we can use to just give us the right sizes. And we'll put some weed barrier down, and then we'll lob some of this gravel on top.
And we're getting help from Luna.
Yeah, Luna's helping. Luna, look, Daddy's got a treat for you. Look what Daddy's found. Look. Snake skin, your favourite crunchy treat. That's quite a big treat, big thing. Look, Luna.
What's this?
What's that? Oh yeah, snackadicious. No?
No, not today.
No, charming.
That's because she's probably already played with it and ate most of it.
She does tend to go out in the morning and hunt first thing. So these are the other 3 blocks that we made. And we're just lobbing them in the wheelbarrow and getting them onto the land.
Hang on, I wouldn't say lob.
Well,
struggling to get them in the wheelbarrow because they're heavy.
And this is the area where the container's going to go.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
It's here.
Yep. Ready?
Yep.
Watch toes. Toes. Needs to go that way a little bit.
Which way?
That way. Right.
I'm going to have to get... Oh, hang on. How wide is... That's not wide enough.
What did we buy?
1 metre. Because we bought it for something else. I bet you that's 1 metre. We bought it for something else.
Yeah, we did, didn't we? We haven't got any more either, have we?
It's okay. You just have to double it over. Well, it's 1 metre. That's no good.
I think that rhymes with Clucking Bell. I thought we had wider stuff.
Again, not prepared.
It seems appropriate about now in the video just to explain to you how lucky we were not to get scammed and a few basic steps that we followed to make sure that we weren't. So first of all, probably most people are going to turn to Google search to say, you know, used container suppliers, Portugal or wherever. Don't rely on that. The websites that we found were very, very sophisticated websites, multiple pages, links to all the images, all the prices were up there. It looked really, really legit, and both the 2 websites we looked at were very, very similar in that respect. So yeah, please don't assume that Google has got it correct on that sort of thing. Once you found a company that you think you are interested in, also this time do use Google, but use Google Maps. Look at the address where they're operating from. use Google Earth to look down on the site, because if they've got all these so-say containers there, it's going to be a pretty big site. Even if they're making offices or accommodation units out of them, it's not going to be some little back street residential address that they're going to be doing it at. So yeah, use Google Maps. If you don't have Google Maps, use Google Street View. That was another one that we found. Again, when we put the address into Street View and you do the whole little, you can drive down the street. It was nothing more than a standard industrial estate with the address actually being a cash and carry. So be very, very careful with that. Check the photos. You can on Google do a reverse image search, and quite often you'll find when you do that, multiple images keep coming up for the same containers, even the same container numbers. That's a little thing to look up at the side. One starts TCLU and it'll have another load of numbers. They've just copied those pictures off other people's websites. So do that, reverse image search it, and you should find lots and lots of different versions of the same image, basically. Facebook, again, there's a lot of people advertise on Facebook for these containers. Again, check the profile of the person selling them, make sure they haven't joined in the last month, and see if they've got any reviews or any comments against the company. Take the company name, again, chuck that into a search engine, see if that comes up with anything. Just to make sure that you are dealing with who you're dealing with. Quite often these Facebook adverts will have not just containers for sales, they have cars, they have tractors, they have all sorts of bits and pieces, diggers and things like that. Again, that's a pretty strong indicator they probably aren't legit if their main business is containers. I touched on reviews as well. When I put the two other website names in, there was absolutely no reviews at all for them, good or bad. Normally if somebody's had a good service, there'll be good reviews written in there, indeed if they've had a bad service. But if they've had no reviews whatsoever, that's a pretty strong indicator that company doesn't really exist. Then prices. One of the people that I did have a little bit of dialogue with when I was just exploring different prices was very keen to offer free delivery, and yes, that €1,300 includes delivery to your location. The containers have ever been used once, things like that. The pricing, it does just match up to reality. So make sure that you check the prices. You should be paying or could be paying, like we did, around about €1,600 for a second-hand container, excluding delivery. Now you might get some cheaper than that, of course you will do. You might find some more locally than we did, but generally you're not going to get a brand spanking new or single-use container for anywhere near that sort of price. So if it looks too good to be true, it probably isn't true. The other thing is transport. Now transport, when it comes from a dock near Porto or shipping area in Lisbon, transport for us into central Portugal isn't going to be free of charge. It's quite a number of hours in a truck. It's a full day for the truck and driver. So again, the price of the transport was a bit of a giveaway. So yeah, just be careful of that one. Again, if the company have only got a mobile phone number, so over here mobile phones start with a 9. Normally a bigger operation, although not exclusively, the general bigger operations will have an office telephone number as well. Probably wouldn't suggest you maybe enter into a dialogue straight away with them. Do all your research first before contacting them. They'll also quite often say to you, "Oh, contact us only on WhatsApp or whatever." So just be really, really careful of that one. Now, just to touch base, who we actually used was a company called Nordic Container Trading. Now, to be fair, it was our friends Paddy and Lana that actually found them. They had already had a couple of shipping containers from them. They lived just down the road from us, so they did recommend them to us. So, to be fair, it took a lot of the legwork out of us. But that's who we used, Nordic Container Trading. They do operate out of Norway, but they have subsidiaries here in Portugal, and the containers that you're buying are actually in Portugal itself. But I will leave a little link to their website and their contact details. We dealt with a very nice lady called Tatiana, and she organised absolutely everything for us. So it was a very, very good experience. If anyone wants to know what we paid, that shipping container was €1,600. It's one of their better grades. You can get cheaper containers from them, which are a little bit more, beaten up, shall we say. And you could even get single-use 20-foot shipping containers from them, which have only crossed from China once. You'll be looking at paying about £2,500, maybe a bit more for one of those. 40-foot shipping containers we didn't actually get prices for because we knew we couldn't get one on the land, but obviously they will be a little bit more money. They also have access to reefer containers, which are refrigerated containers, which is a good way if you want to build one into some sort of accommodation or something like that. It's already readily insulated, but do bear in mind you do lose a little bit of the length inside because of all the refrigeration equipment up one end. So that's who we used, that's what we paid. Transport for us was €875. That sounds like a big number, but because of the access issues we got here, we had to make sure we can have a small vehicle. What they sent was a 6x6, so it was an all-wheel drive vehicle with a crane and 2 blokes doing a day's trip to and from Porto for us. So actually not too bad. So all up, to have a 20-foot container on our land was around about €2,500 more or less. So I hope that helps.
That is our shipping container, and he's come the wrong way. So luckily our friend's here. He's just been up there to tell him which way to go.
So the truck's here with a container on, and now these guys have got to do a bit of reversing. No problem. Well, that's problem number 1 circumnavigated, which is the water channel that's there. Okay, no problem. Cool.
Rebuilding the wind mill.
Okay, yeah. Ah, we've seen a lot of cement trucks go up that way.
That's for the footings, for the 60 trucks per footing or something like that.
You've got to make sure you're going to get your money back on a wind turbine, haven't you? Mate, we used to do this in Afghanistan. The locals would be underneath it wearing flip-flops.
You want it to lift on just one end?
If we just lift up that end and then push that block in a bit. Okay, we're not worried about it being level. So I go and push that one in. So that's it down. Thank goodness that's done. So whenever you get these shipping containers, they are a little bit bashed about, but nothing to worry about. Oh look, there's a tracking tag. Logistics Data Services. There you go. That's how they track containers from all over the world. So I think these guys are pretty much packed now.
If it's not the dogs wrecking the mosquito net that I've made, it's Luna. Would you believe this summer, that's the fourth time I've made some. And now she's, oh, little madam. There's a fly or a moth outside. And she hasn't worked it out yet. Right, enough. Come on. Hey, come here. Come on. Yes. What you like.
I'm going to kill it, Mum.
No, she's going to kill my mosquito net.
Hello. We've now got the container delivered.
Busy day ahead.
And a lot of walking today because we got to empty the contents of the house and put that into the shipping container. And that then gives us the space to start smacking around the inside of the house, basically. But, well, since we've been here nearly 2 years, we've accumulated quite a lot of stuff. And we've got to get that put away. So we'll show you how much we've got to put up into the container. So in through the mystery curtain doors.
And welcome to the junk rooms.
Yeah, we've already started sort of just accumulating stuff which should be easy to go up there.
Junk,
yeah. But basically, once all this house is emptied, all we're going to have in here is the freezer, the washing machine because that's plumbed in, and the boiler. Everything else that you see in here has all got to go up to the container.
and you've promised you have to keep the container tidy.
Yes.
Because I can't find anything when I come in here.
Yeah, it is a bit of a
I'm looking
mess.
for stuff. This is tools.
Yeah, okay.
This
Well,
is your domain, and look how untidy it
well, I
is.
didn't empty half of those boxes. It's where you go rummaging for stuff and you don't ask me where it is. Anyway, that's beside the point.
Are you blaming me?
Shush now. Yeah, so all this has got to come out and go up there. We're going to have to do it in stages because obviously the dogs, we can't keep the gates open. So we have
And there's probably quite a bit of stuff we can throw away, actually.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
What we've kept, and I don't know why we've kept it. So we definitely need to thin this out.
Yeah.
And be more organised with stuff.
Honestly, we do tidy it up once in a while, but it's just got a bit out of my hand at the moment.
Well, I think we knew the container was coming and we just kind of
Dump stuff.
Just left everything. So, but a busy day, and we need to organise and, yeah. So, let the fun begin.
Indeed. The reason we want to empty the house is we want to be able to take down these internal walls. They're not structural, they're not supporting. And to be honest about it, when you look at places like this, it just seems that the blockwork is held on with the door frame. So we want to take the ceiling down, etc.
Because the ceiling's coming down anyway in places.
Well, it's coming down anyway. Yeah, there's
but
all
this.
Yeah.
All these cracks before it falls down.
Yeah. So we'll take all these walls out. All we will leave is the bathroom, which is in that corner there. And other than that, everything's coming down. God bless Amazon Basics. We've got quite a bit of shelving or racking, whatever you want to call it, but we ordered a couple of extra just to help try and keep things organised. Obviously the container itself is relatively narrow, it's only 2.5 meters wide, so better to have stuff up off the floor and on the shelf rather than on the floor really. But we want them at the same height, so now we've got to do the whole counting of rings to make sure we get it correct. Yay! Theories there. Maybe we'll put that side.
I think so. And maybe this might be your new home if you misbehave. This is taking us far longer than we thought it was going to. We have a lot more stuff than we thought we had. So we're using the tractor. It's just easier. But what we didn't factor in is the dogs with the gate, and we can't leave the gate open. So that's a bit of a pain in the neck. A few more trips to do. Let's get the rest of this house cleared. That wouldn't be- Is this going to go horribly wrong?
And that's it. That is our entire house contents packed up in here. And that now leaves us the chance now to start getting on with the house. So keep watching, see you next week, and take care for now. Bye-bye. Hi there, and welcome to another episode of here. Oh, it's not even of here, is it? It's not Dallas, is it? Fuck's sake.
Or Dynasty.
Or Dynasty, yeah. Dynasty, Dynasty, whatever.
Dynasty, Dynasty. Actually, yeah, which one was it? I don't know.
Ask the audience. Hi there, welcome back to our Quinta. As you can see, we are sat in our new container.
Our lovely new addition to the farm.
Yeah, a bit of a game changer for this. For us, this it will be. The fucking hell, fuck. God's sake, why are these intros and outros so difficult? Right, come on.
Be very careful when purchasing one of these, because we could have very easily have been scammed if it wasn't for you
Yeah.
being...
Slow. No, fuck that up again.
So keep watching and we'll give you some tips and pointers just to be...
Yeah, fucking hell, you had that then, you waffled.
I know.
You can play me about fucking waffling. Right, okay, do that again.
Okay.
Oh, fuck that up. Do that again.